Your 3-minute Q&A period for the TD Entrepreneurship Challenge will now begin. How did you define success for this project?
I'll take that one. For Inventathon, success means to bring in as many people to experience what entrepreneurship along with sustainability would feel like. So even if we, at the beginning of the year, even if we did not have that large a reach, just the amount of people that we could directly influence was what we were aiming for. And we plan to have this year as a stepping stone or having as a base year so that we can build off this success that we have of, I think we've reached out to approximately directly at least 166 people. And on top of that, we've also been exposed through social media to approximately 3,500 accounts in the Okanagan region. Next question.
What was the biggest challenge you faced when implementing this project, and how did you overcome it?
For us, the biggest challenge was definitely the COVID guidelines, because initially we wanted to have this event in person, but because of the COVID restrictions and guidelines implemented in BC, we believed it was not ethical to have it in person because that would risk affecting our participants, our judges, and also our own team members. And we overcame this by, from the get-go, I told my team, let's work with an in-person plan, but at the same time, in parallel, let's also keep the virtual logistics in mind as well, so that if we have to switch, we can switch immediately. Next question.
How were the participants targeted in this project underserved by the current entrepreneurship support system in Canada?
Well, it's not just in Canada, but in general around the world. We are following the systemic path of life, if you will, where you graduate from high school, you go into university, and then you either venture into entrepreneurship or go into a job. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, if somebody has a brilliant idea for an invention or just any business model or product, they're somewhat forced to wait because they won't be able to receive the financial resources to follow this aspiration in high school or university. And that's where we want to help them follow their aspiration. Next question.
How did your team secure funding for this project?
For funding, we've had three main sources. The first source was Enactus Canada's Project Accelerator Shop Business. We applied for that and we received it. We also have our university's Trumest initiative, as well as our student union funds. Next question.
How did you conduct your needs assessment?
For us, we at the very beginning, we looked at what we had and what we needed to do, and we just outlined, brainstormed, thought ahead of what we will need or potentially need, and we put together the resources we're going to need for it.
Your time has now expired. Thank you.